To say it's a new world is putting it lightly. COVID-19's impact on businesses stretch far and wide. And with rollbacks on what's been open, a lot of small business owners are in some dire need of help. Barbara Corcoran, you know her from Shark Tank here on Channel 13, joins us with more on her free webinars to help you rebound. Good morning, Barbara.
Good morning. Nice to be here, Micah.
Now, thank you for joining us because this is really important information we want to stress to those small business owners out there because what a hit so many have taken. We've seen it big time here in Nevada. Tell us about your webinars.
The webinars are a series of webinars, and they're targeted especially for the small business owner who's struggling, and that probably includes every business owner. It's a series of webinars called Business Unusual, Big Ideas for Small Business, sponsored by AT&T Business. Why they're so beneficial is because we're going to be drilling into the smartest people in business who have made it through tough times again and again and seem to have a secret formula for getting through yet again and growing their business. And we're going to provide all those tips, all those assessments, all the smart thinking that's needed if you're going to come through these very bad times, and it's not over, and everybody's worried about it.
And we hear you personally handpicked these experts that are joining you, right?
Of course, it's very important. I don't want to waste anyone's time. I chose the smartest trailblazers to get their inside view on every topic that is asked of me by entrepreneurs. How could I stay in business? How could I stretch my dollar? How do I manage the home front while I'm managing the business front? What do I do if my employees don't come back to work? They don't want to come back to work. What do I do to get a new employee that has a different skill set? How do I let people go? How do I reinvent my whole model so that it's appealing to the customer when we get through this pandemic? And what can I afford to do and not to do? And what technology do I need? I'm just rattling off all the dozens of questions I'm constantly asked. So I have my own solutions, but I'm not a believer that one guy's got the answer on everything. So I've gotten the smartest trailblazers to share with me how they lead an organization, where they put the emphasis, what's important, what's not important, so that everyone who's at the webinar could actually sit at home and say, I got a plan, I'm going back, and on top of that, I have the confidence to go back and make something great of this.
What can we expect from the first one this upcoming Wednesday? It's at 11 o'clock Pacific time. What can we expect from it?
Well, we have a kickoff on Wednesday the 22nd. And again, you register by 888barbara.com. It's all for free. It's easy to do. But what we're going to have at that kickoff event is the experts in the restaurant space. Why are we starting with restaurants? Is because it's the hardest hit industry in America. It employs 10% of our employees, and most of those 10%ers have totally lost their job. Restaurants are a difficult business, even in a good economy, but we're listening to tremendous minds who have single-handedly built businesses on their own and made them into powerhouses in the restaurant industry. And I have the best questions lined up, the tough questions. How did you do it? What are you doing now? And so we'll be listening to all the people that lead in that industry, along with very small entrepreneurs that have been in business 1 or 2 years that somehow managed to double and triple the size of their business through the pandemic. How did they do it? And so between the larger businesses who are tremendously successful in that space and the smaller business people who have just gotten started in that space, we're going to be able to drill into those minds and get the best information that they've used, not in theory, but they've actually used to build their businesses.
And you got those questions. Can viewers ask questions as well?
Yes, of course. You could go on my website, or you could go dial in. I'm sorry. You could dial in the questions. The easiest way, 888-BARBARA, and leave your question there. And we're going to take as many questions as we possibly can.
Great information this morning. It's so important right now to get that information from one of the best in the biz. And really, like you mentioned, this is helping evolve, innovate, and adapt. So, Barbara, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And we'll be sure to tune in next Wednesday.
My pleasure. Thanks for being with me.
12 webinars in all will take place. The first one coming at 11 our time next Wednesday. To potentially have a question asked, you heard Barbara, just call her 888-BARBARA. The website is 888barbara.com. And don't forget, you can catch her on Shark Tank right here on Channel 13.